So when they announced the second season of Russian Doll, it made me wonder, like, what the hell are they going to do? Are they really going to kill Natasha Lyonne's character over and over and over again and have her just keep living the same day over and over and over again for the second season? It's just, like, how do you continue this? Time travel. That's how you continue it. Or sort of time travel. They kind of went a quantum leap route. She jumps into her mother in the 80s, and she also jumps into her grandmother in Nazi-occupied Hungary, and, you know, she's trying to, like, make her life better by fixing the mistakes of her mother, but also getting back her grandmother's stuff. I don't know, the whole concept is a little weird, to be honest with you. But while it is a little weird, everything is just so incredibly well done as a whole. Natasha Lyonne absolutely kills it. The cinematography is fantastic. The scenery, the period costumes, it's just all so well done. So Windfall is pretty boring overall, if I'm being completely honest. But the strong performances from the three leads, and there's only 4 people in this movie, Jason Segel, Jesse Plemons, Lily Collins, you know, it kind of makes up for it. And the shock twist ending, which I didn't see coming, you know, it kind of saves the movie, in my opinion. This movie is brilliantly acted. Like Chris Pine, Thandie Newton, they are amazing. And even though his part is small, Lawrence Fishburne, also fantastic. But the very second Chris Pine's character absolutely insisted on investigating this new development of a hijacking from, when was it, 2012? It's now 8 years later. The movie takes place in 2020. The very second he said that, it's like, no, he had something to do with it. So the big twist at the end, you see coming from a mile away. So No One Gets Out Alive portrays the trouble immigrants have when they first come into this country. And while I don't know that plight firsthand, you know, I think it portrays it pretty well. But the movie as a whole, there's like a head-eating demon that comes out of a stone box, and it's human sacrifice, but to what exactly? It's curing this guy of his insanity or something? I mean, at the end of the day, what the fuck did I just watch? Moonshot is a paint-by-numbers romantic comedy, and it is literally the same movie you've seen a million fucking times in every other romantic comedy. The humor is forced, and Cole Sprouse, the lead in the movie, he's just so horribly unlikable. Like, you're supposed to connect with this guy? Not happening. The entire movie I wanted to punch him in the fucking face. Racism or supernatural witch? Oh, it's definitely racism. Regina Hall is great in her role, and it is different seeing her in a more dramatic role as opposed to comedy, which she is most known for, though I do believe she has done some drama since her more comedic roles, but I haven't really seen anything, to be completely honest with you. Then there's Zoe Renee, who plays the kind of tortured student, and she's downright haunting. Yeah, I think it portrays, you know, modern day racism pretty well in a college setting. And it's an overall interesting take on the supernatural horror genre. So Apollo 10.5 tells the fictional story of how a kid ended up really the first person on the moon because NASA conveniently built the lunar module too small for the astronauts. So they had a test run it with a kid, and they found that kid through a kickball game, which is kind of weird. But the movie has absolutely stunning animation, great voice acting. Jack Black is the narrator of the entire film, and he blows it out of the fucking water. Like, he is amazing. So The Bubble features an all-star cast of Karen Gillan, David Duchovny, Leslie Mann, Pedro Pascal, and cameos from the likes of Beck, Benedict Cumberbatch, sort of, Maria Bamford, Daisy Ridley, John Lithgow, and John Cena, of all people. So a movie with this much talent has to be good, right? It's okay. I mean, they do well with the material that they're given. It's an overall lackluster story. There's a few laughs, but overall it is a pretty weird movie that centers around making a film in the middle of a pandemic. Also, it's a little over 2 hours long, and it fucking shows. So Metal Lords is a pretty standard paint-by-numbers teen comedy, but it is overall entertaining, and it has a few moments of humor where I actually laughed. It also features an absolutely amazing soundtrack featuring the likes of Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, Metallica, Black Sabbath, and random cameos out of completely nowhere of Scott Ian from Anthrax, Tom Morello of Rage Against the Machine, Kirk Hammett of Metallica, and Rob fucking Halford from Priest. So this movie is very, very head-scratching. It involves clones, but only if you're dying. You can get a clone if you're dying. But if it turns out you're not dying, the clone can be like, hey, I want to live, so we're going to duel to the death. It's very weird, and honestly, you see the ending coming from a mile away, but I mean, Karen Gillan, she is amazing in it, in two, well, not different roles. I mean, she plays herself and then her clone self, but she's amazing in it nonetheless. She's really the only thing this movie has going for it.
Did you enjoy the review? Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to get notified when more reviews go live. Feel free to leave a comment to discuss your thoughts on the movie or show, and I will see you next time.